B-Bad and Brandon.
Ours too. You know how it works?
Ooh. I was deployed for like all of the Zoom culture era, so
damn.
I just downloaded it right now.
I'm kind of glad to say I'm happy with your first Zoom.
First Zoom is Zoom.
Yeah.
How's your
Is it morning?
Afternoon?
It's been beautiful. Yeah, it's actually like 6 p.m. So
nighttime.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both get incredibly confused with time zones.
What time is it there? 11?
Yeah.
Yes. 11 a.m. the morning. It's your future. It's
Why
Friday.
you black windows then? No sunshine for you?
Look, it's the light comes in, fucks with the camera, and then we look super glary.
That's a good version.
That's us, being very professional. They're actually just flappy little blinds that we've just you are actually our first guest in the new pod room.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah. First time for everything.
Yeah. So we need to, we don't actually have a name for it yet. So the last place was called the Pod Cave. So if you have any suggestions,
I'll think on it.
Yeah, we're gonna put it out there. It needs a name. The Pod Cave came up, but most importantly, we should actually do this bit.
We should introduce yourself.
Yeah, that's the bit.
Yes, we should definitely introduce. We will definitely allow you. Oh, what was that?
It's a sip of wine.
Yeah.
My roommate's trying me wine.
There we go. How you doing?
Hi, roommate.
How you doing?
I love that it's 6 p.m. and it's like bright as day out there.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah, it's so nice. Look, it's so beautiful.
Where are you in the US?
San Diego.
Oh, right.
Sick.
Yeah.
So the only formal part of this part of the thing is we ask you one question, and that question is 21 words. You have the opportunity to have 21 words or sounds to let the world know who you are and what you do. Brandon will count the words, so you can't go over. Otherwise, alarms go off.
Okay.
Pressure. Are you ready?
I feel like you put more pressure on me.
Oh,
right.
No, I definitely should have planned this out. I'm not concise.
Uh-oh. I wish you luck. It officially starts now.
Hi, I'm Katy Salerni. I'm a powerlifter. I'm a painter. I am in the Navy, and I love supporting strong women.
You got 3 left.
I love life.
Yes.
We'll accept it. That was brilliant. There is a lot there to unpack, and you fit that very well into 21 words. Well done.
I think you might have been prepared. You crushed it.
You could definitely say to a couple of episodes before.
I had to stalk the Instagram before this podcast. I was like, what are their names? Who are these people? Because I was busy at work when you're like, hey, do you want to be on a podcast? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I'll do anything, whatever.
That's sick. Honestly, I will just point out that I had to do the exact same thing. And then I didn't really like what I saw because I was like, well, she's fucking strong and makes me feel really weak. And that's great.
What's your best bench, Brando?
We will not talk about that.
So
he has a better beard, so got that.
Let's
For now.
For now. Yeah. If you grow a better beard than me in the next 2 months, you are the king.
Yeah, absolutely.
I will officially give you my man card.
I might just take it.
She's got it. Hey, so we'll kick it off with some powerlifting. Tell us about the powerlifting. We've seen you've got an all-time American record, if that's correct.
That's correct.
We did a little bit of maths, and I think it worked out to be
152 kilos.
152 kilos in our world of weights. In your world of weights, it's
336 pounds.
A fuckload.
Now, I'm going to ask you the first question of what's your body weight? What do you
right now? Right now I'm 170 because I bulked up. They changed the weight classes, but at that time I was 158.
158. How many kilos you got on that?
I'm doing the math.
Divided by 2.25.
I think that's 72 kilos.
Yeah, 71.8, which you then compete in the 72 kilo class.
Yeah, but they just came out with new weight classes like while I was employed, and now you can weigh 165. And I was like, thick. Okay, good. I will eat more ice cream then.
Yes. We are a big fan of ice cream over here. So just to let you know, we can condone this.
What kind of flavors you guys have over there? Weird flavors like kangaroo or spider?
Yeah, kangaroo. That's probably a favorite of mine. Koala flavor.
I've got nothing funny to come
Get the
back
little
with.
crunchies in there. Big tarantula
Yeah.
legs.
No, they do the legs. Yeah, they just chop them up. Yeah, daddy long legs they're called.
I fucking hate spiders.
Brandon's getting freaked out by it. So how did you get to benching so much weight? Where did that start for you?
Honestly, high school, actually, I broke my wrist playing soccer. I was like a really aggressive soccer player, and I was just ramming myself into other women. You know, I was horrible at soccer. I joined so I could be better at running, so I'd be good in the Navy, right? But I wasn't just about to run. So I was like, oh, I'll chase a ball around, whatever, right? And I was terrible. I had no skills, but I was very aggressive, very driven. So I was like, I will get this ball from this girl. She was probably 6'2". And I'm 5'4". She was a hefty gal, and I was at like 130 at the time. So I broke the shit out of one of my wrists, and
what happened to her?
Here. And so I just started lifting legs with my buddy Nick. He actually got me into lifting. Yep. And yeah, and then once I got the cast off, started lifting some more and kind of got into it. I ended up playing on the guys' rugby team in high school, and I intended on playing in college. Yeah, but then I got a concussion boxing in the summer. I was like, oh, this feels like shit. Like, I'm not really trying to do that. So I was like, I'll just stick to the lifting part. And I joined our school's powerlifting team, and then just threw all the daddy issues, anger issues into lifting. And now I'm strong, you know? It's like
real strong.
Yeah.
That's insane. And how old are you, sorry?
24.
And benching 152 kilos.
Well, I feel very emasculated. Anyways, I'm
How old are you?
I want to play the game of how old do you think we are?
Well, do you live together, or do you guys just podcast together?
We do a lot together, but we don't unfortunately live together yet.
Okay, so you're not like adult roommates. Okay.
Yeah. Nah.
Fuck, that would be sick though.
Yeah, we have discussed.
I don't know, like 27.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Okay, so
you win.
You're very close. I'm 28.
And I'm 29. Yeah, done really well.
Johnny's actually 39.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he actually is 39 years old.
Yeah, I'll be a master lifter next year.
All right.
Wow. Okay. So you powerlift too then?
Yeah, we've done some lifting before. Absolutely. More coaching these days. Nothing significant or exciting with powerlifting. Background is to both definitely some coaching though. Most enjoy that, and socially amateur at best level, lift weights and chat to interesting people all around the world like yourself, mate, and find out about it all.
Yeah, it's probably the best part of the job, connecting with like people you'd never thought you'd have a conversation with, and then find out how they can outbench you. And you know,
yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
But more to the obviously this is about you and not my shit bench.
And secrets.
You're still competing? Is it like the current COVID climate allowing you to compete, or you just put it on the back burner?
Well, my last competition was Worlds in Tokyo, and that's 2019. And then shortly after, I deployed for about a year. So I just got back in March. And then I just wanted to like be really patient with myself, because all I had access to was a Smith machine for like 11 months. So yeah, no benching for me at all for a whole year, which is heartbreaking. But I was just like, I got to be patient and just kind of hit that grind again and just work hard. And I was like, I'm not going to compete for at least 6 months. But I signed up for a meet in November that just like really local. Some San Diego meet just to get back into it.
Yep.
I'm nervous. I signed up. I was so nervous. I was like, I don't know why I'm nervous. I mean, you've done this before, but I don't know. It's just different to compete versus like just lifting in the gym. And I had a really great team like at the Naval Academy, and they were awesome and always there for me. And they were the best part of the meet for me always. So I don't know, the idea of just like going. I mean, I have friends that will go, but they're not really into lifting, I suppose. Yep. So they'll just be there probably handing me Gatorades and stuff. And like, what's going on? What's the weight? my aunt, she sent me this video of this dude, like I think hang cleaning or like clean and jerking, like 336 kilos. And she's like, you're stronger than him. I'm like, that's not the same. But yeah, so like that's like all my friends, but they'll be supportive and it'll be fun.
Yes, sweet. And how do you rate with the other two lifts, you squat and deadlift?
They're okay. I mean, I don't even remember like my meet PRs from that year, just because I was sick the day of the meet, and so I hit like none of the numbers that I wanted to at nationals. So it's like, I'm just gonna go, and like I'm so grateful that I won. Like that's awesome. But it wasn't like anything that I was excited about. So I think my max deadlift was like 413, and then max squat was like 3. I don't know. I've hit 385 raw. That's like what I remember really.
That's just under 182, and her deadlift would be about
182 squat raw, no reps.
Yeah,
just sleeves.
And her deadlift is just over 195-ish.
Jesus, you got a hell of a total.
Maybe 190.
So would the next goal be an opportunity to compete at world level again? Is that kind of what a bigger goal, bigger picture would be, or still just not too
sure? I would love to say yes, but just being in the Navy, it's so difficult to go. It's not really on my radar right now. Like I just am really, I love lifting. Like I need it. It feels like breathing to me, and I crave it, like oxygen really. So I just love going to the gym, like bettering myself every day and getting stronger. Like the idea of regression disgusts me more than anything else. So it's not even about the meet. Like I could give a shit where I compare it to everyone else. I just love it, so I do it.
Yeah, it's your journey.
I just worked out some numbers, and if I'm wrong, which is more than likely, I
won't be by much. We got you 515 total.
515 kilogram total, which is a roughly 1,133 pound total. I would be so interested to see how many female athletes have achieved a 500 kilo total without squatting or deadlifting 200 kilos.
Oh yeah, true.
That's fucking insane.
My bench really does separate me, because I would say my squat and deadlift are like very average compared to people in my weight class who can do like deadlift insane numbers like 445. Oh my God, I killed the dream. But yeah, I'm very grateful because a lot of girls can't bench like above 185. But dino arms are very short and strong, so I just use them to my advantage really and kind of catch up there.
Yep,
it's insane. Like I was just blown away when I worked it out. I was like, so one of my lifters, Lily Riley, who we both obviously over here know, and she's around your weight category, and like she just went 505 kilograms, and she had a 215 squat. So that's roughly like 430 pounds, and then a 200 kilo deadlift, which is 440 pounds. But like that just comparison there has blown my mind. Like that.
I would be able to squat and deadlift more, except at the Naval Academy in the military, you have to run, right? So like I'd have to sacrifice a good squat day or a deadlift day to like go on a run, but I could always bench and then run, you know what I mean? So bench has been like my most consistent lift since I started lifting. But with the whole running thing, it's like
so that was sorry, that's what I was going to ask. Was bench something you naturally just found you gravitated towards and you had some natural ability to?
Not really. Honestly, all my lifts were pretty just like trash. When I first started, they were horrible. I think I squatted high. My deadlift was just ugly. Everything was pretty ugly because I got taught by gym bros who like didn't really know what they're doing. I think some old man told me that I was in squatting flip. I was like, "Fuck you, old man," whatever. But I was like, "Here." I remember being like, "Yeah, PR." I was like in high school. And I look back now and I'm so embarrassed, and I'm like, oh my God, he was so right. Like, but I just judged him because he worked out with kettlebells. I was like, you kettlebell old fuck, I don't care what you say. But yeah, no, he was very right. So
oh damn, mate. And we keep going back to the Navy part of your life, and that's a huge part of your life. How do you balance that with lifting? It's just a matter of you can't do it when you're away, or for training wise when you're in town. How do you go trying to fit it all in with the training that comes with that?
You just got to prioritize it really. Like I was on the ship when they quarantined us, and they closed the gym on the ship, so we didn't even have access to that. And I like had a little piece of metal that I found. The BMs use it to like hit stuff with it. And I had AFFF, which is like this agent that puts out fires, right? And it has a little handle on. It's pretty heavy. It comes with like 40-pound canisters. And I just stacked them on each side of this thing. I was deadlifting with it. Or I just do pull-ups. Like they tie down the helicopter with chains to the floor, and I just put a bunch of chains on me to pull ups and like push ups and stuff. Just whatever. I don't know. Like I just like to make my body suffer. It just feels good. I don't know. And it's like it allows me time to in space to think, and like it feels like I can breathe really when that happens. And I don't know. I just like to challenge myself every day physically, because if I do that, then I know that like everything else in the day will be easy in comparison. So.
Yep.
100%. I really like that attitude as well. But I'm always curious to know where it began for a person. Like that's an ingrained, like I doubt you'll never not train for the rest of your life. So it's, where did that begin for you? Is that something that developed in high school when you were trying to play male rugby union? Like, is that the thing?
Bashman on the field.
Yeah, like I just haven't heard that in a long time.
My dad was a SEAL, so
yeah, right.
Yeah, it probably started there. We were running the SEAL obstacle course like every Saturday since I was a little kid, and yeah, and then whenever we would say I can't, he would like make us rerun it again, start over all over again. We're like, Dad, please, it's raining. Like I'm cold. I want to go home. Blah blah blah. Like, it'd be like, we can't do this, and then you start over again. I was like, oh my god. So yeah, I don't know, just doing hard things. Like there's this sense of satisfaction. I don't get it from anything else, really. Like you earned it. You know what I'm saying? And
yep.
I grew up very like blessed in terms of like financials, and I'm really grateful for that, like for my position in life, I guess. Like we're not super rich or anything, but just well off. But like muscles are something that I earned, and like no one gave it to me. You know what I mean? And I really like that too. Like you can't tell me I'm entitled to this because I earned it. You know?
Yeah. I always think it was one of my guys that I train came up with it. He goes, you can't buy strong.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter who you are and what you do. You can't purchase it. You got to fucking do it.
It's like you see it too. It's like discipline, determination, like goals, all the stuff. You just see it in a person's body, which I don't know. I like that too.
Yeah.
I think you can tell. Like I've always, it's not. You don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to powerlift. You don't have to do the dumb shit that we expose ourselves to. But having someone, if you can look at someone, you know they take care of themselves. You know they have those values of discipline, determination, and have worked and earned something that I don't know if I trust a person without knowing that. Like, because that just shows me straight away that you care enough about yourself to value yourself. And then I know you're going to value me.
That's deep, bro.
Thanks, bro. I just went down. It was a little, but I was like, hey, just stuck on that thought.
Yeah.
It's true. I just don't understand how people cannot move in some way. You don't have to powerlift. You don't have to
powerlift.
I mean, you can.
I think.
No, yeah. I feel the same. I don't know. I think I used to be really judgy, like as a kid, about that stuff. Like, oh, I don't want to, if you don't work out, like whatever, blah, I just don't understand. But I'm like, as I've grown up and I work more with people in the Navy who like really just don't fucking work out, but are brilliant in like completely different ways. I'm like, okay. And then I meet these people, right, who are so smart, and I'm like, if I just spend 3 hours every day reading or doing this nerd shit like you do that, instead of just picking stuff up and putting it down, like maybe I would also be that smart in whatever you know what I'm saying? So it's like a balance, like self-care, so important and valuable, but I have grown to realize that some people have value in such different ways that has no relation to taking care of their body. And a lot of people just don't know how. Yeah. Like really. You know, like I was really blessed. My mom's obsessed with nutrition. My dad was a SEAL. like, you know, they have
grew up with fitness.
Yeah.
That's a good combination to have. Like, can you imagine the skill set you would have walked out into life with? Like, fuck, no wonder you're an animal.
Yeah. You'd be a dangerous human, I'd say.
Oh, fucking feel she's a dangerous human when she's benching 152.
Yeah, 100%.
As long as I don't arm wrestle. The amount of internet who want to arm wrestle is so weird.
Really? You get people message you for arm wrestling opportunities? Constantly.
Really? I bet you can't beat me. I bet you blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, you just want to touch me. Don't get out of here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, not the traditional sense of sliding into your DMs, but people slide into your DMs just to prove that they can beat you in an arm wrestle.
Oh, I get the weirdest DMs. I'm actually gonna make a book for my coffee table. You know those Apple books that you can make of like pictures and stuff. So I've been collecting screenshots of like the weirdest DMs that I've gotten. Yes. And I'm just gonna make a book out of all of them, put them on my coffee table. I think it'd be like a funny read for people who come over.
Oh, mate, would you please, do you have some insight or be prepared to share with us some of your favorite ones you've been sent over the time?
I can look. It's growing. I just had this idea last month, but let me check the album. Real quick.
I love that there's a whole album dedicated to this. That is insane.
Well, I wish I started it forever ago because I used to get like the weirdest things ever. This is a good one. He's like, just say you hate men and move on. You feminists are so fucking annoying. I was like, I don't hate all men, but I definitely hate you. And then I posted like a transformation picture where I lost the tiniest amount of body fat, literally dieted for 3 weeks. Yeah. So now you have a dude's body. And I was like, yeah, okay. Someone sent me multiple paragraphs actually. Do you see how long it is? They really spent longer on this than I did on my fucking thesis for senior year. They're like, you're such a pick-me girl, blah, blah, blah. And then define pick-me girl, all this stuff. That took forever. Oh, this was funny. Went to the bakery and I was disappointed I couldn't buy cake. Seems you have it all. That was a good one.
Wow.
Yeah, like that was a good call, but was he trying to insult you and say you were fat?
I think that was definitely a compliment. I'm gonna take it as one. I don't give a shit.
I'm trying to work out what he meant, but yeah, let's take it as a compliment.
I will say my favorite video on your socials on the gram there is the one where you, and I've shown it to so many people because I think it's just a giggle. Is so you weigh, and it's a screenshot of a video. I'm assuming they've sent you that of what their body weight is, and then you just bench it.
Yeah.
I think that is just hilarious.
It is the greatest thing I've seen. He just showed me and I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah, some girl did with deadlifts and she got on ESPN and I was like, damn girl, that's amazing. If people don't like my arch, that's the problem. I don't really give a shit. That's powerful.
People just don't like that you're stronger than them, mate.
Okay, true. That too.
Yeah.
We just
but yeah, no, my guy friends really got a kick out of that.
Yeah, I think that was just hilarious. Do you find when you do train, if you do train a bit in a gym, you turn a few heads when all of a sudden there's 2 plates or 2.5 plates sitting on that bench, people walk past and go, what the fuck?
I actually, yes, but I really focus hard, like, and I wear my hair sometimes like this when I'm benching, so I literally don't see anyone else because I don't give a fuck, like, whoever is in the gym. Like, it's just me and, like, the bench, and that's, like, the best part is I really don't notice anyone else until I get, like, interrupted. And, oftentimes they're like, do you need a spot? I'm like, do you need a spot? No. Like, no. If I need a spot, I would ask, you know? I'll be doing, like, RPE 6. Like, it will be flying. And they'll be like, do you need a spot? I'm like, don't talk to me. But some people are really nice. And, like, I really appreciate it when they wait until my set's over and they come up to me. They're like, I just had to say, like, that was amazing, like all this stuff. And like, I really don't know what compels people to just have to say things, but thank you for at least waiting till my set was done. And like, it's nice. I'm glad. This was really sweet. This guy was like, I just want you to know I'm so inspired. Like, you really motivate me to work harder and all this stuff. And I was like, that's so cute, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I can inspire other men. So.
That was the next thing I was going to say. I bet to the flip side of all the strange messages you get from people, there must be some nice ones that come through, because obviously you're a great advocate for females and strength and a great example of, lifting weights for women as well. There must be some good messages that come through to you from other people though, I imagine.
Yeah, I'll never forget this woman. She messaged me and she's like, I want you to know I show your videos to my autistic group like every day before our workouts, and you really motivate them and inspire them. And that really made me cry. And she would like send me updates of their progress.
That's unreal.
That's going to make me cry.
Yeah, it was just like so sweet. And to see all these little girls just working out and getting strong. Because honestly, every time I like don't want to go to the gym, or I don't know, because you're not always motivated. Like, I'm tired, I wake up every day at 4. I work hard during the day. Like, the Navy just sucks the life out of me sometimes. But I'm tired, right? And sometimes just no amount of pre is going to do it for you. And I just think of my little sister, who like has always looked at me with those eyes, those little sister eyes, like, you're the best, biggest sister in the world. And I'm like, I got to do this for her. And I know it sounds so cheesy, but I'm like, I'll never forget, we were working out together one time. And she was like, Katy, like, you're so strong. And like, the amount of times I hear that in a day is a lot, right? Like, but like from her, it just meant the most. And seeing the amazement on her face, I was like, I will always do this. If not for me, then for you, because I don't know. I didn't think it was ever possible to bench over 300.
Yep.
I remember setting my goal way back when, like, I just want to hit 225. And then after that, it was 245. And then after that, it was 275. And then it just kept getting bigger. And I was like, I can't even believe that I benched over 315. Like, that's insane.
What's the next goal for the lifting? Do you is it just to compete, or do you have some bigger numbers you'd like to chase down with some time?
I really want to hit 315 raw for like a fat pause.
Yeah.
And then hit 305 for a few reps, but we'll see. It's coming along. My max raw right now after deployment is 295. So working my way back.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And like I said, Navy's obviously a huge part of your life there. What do you do in the Navy?
I'm the damage control assistant on a cruiser. So I'm in charge of all firefighting, equipment, gear, programs, everything like that. It's so awesome. It's so cool. Like I have the best guys in the whole world. They're so smart. Engineers, like they can fix anything. They can make anything. It's really incredible. And the people that I work with, like, if you can live 11 months with someone on a teeny little ship, like we got so close and they would always make my day. They're the best part of my job easily. But it's so cool. Like, I don't know, we get to do all these fire drills all the time and toxic gas. Like sometimes we had a real toxic gas leak on our ship the other day in a flooding. And like, I don't know, I got to direct those efforts, which was so cool.
Wow.
So I think it's pretty badass.
That is fucking badass.
That is incredibly badass. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
And you said you've spent some time away on tour as well. Where have you been?
So we got the COVID deployment of the century. 0 port visits, but we did pull into Bahrain and Oman for some maintenance. But yeah, we were all around the South China Sea, Somalia, Gulf of Aden, like Strait of Hormuz.
Wow.
Everywhere. Yeah, we're everywhere.
What's it like being in the middle of the ocean?
Some days it's beautiful, and some days, you just see white haze for days at a time. But it's so cool to drive a ship. Like, oh my God, that is the coolest thing ever. Especially we did international ops with the Indian Navy, and we got to do all these cool formations with them. And like when you're the one calling the shots as like I was 23 at the time, but 23-year-old, I'm driving this whole warship like by myself. That's awesome. And doing like a RAS, which is like a replenishment at sea, you're so close, 160 feet next to a ship like this, and you're just driving along. And I'm like, who does that? That's so cool. I don't know.
You're driving the boat.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
That's fucking cool. Are we talking a steering wheel here, or how does the boat drive?
So you can either be the con, so that then I'll just say the commands of where I want the boat to go, and then the helm will actually do the steering part, or OD, which is my favorite, because then you just direct the efforts of the whole bridge. So you'll get into like commander's intent, and then from the TAO as well, and just be like, hey, we need to do this and this by this time. And then you develop a plan and execute the plan. So I like that as well too.
Like you're kind of breaking down all the barriers that I guess we've put women in. Do you ever realize that, or is this just your normal daily kind of?
I don't know what kind of barriers you putting women in.
Yeah, but like society, I'm talking everyone, like you.
Not us.
Not obviously, but I'm saying like women don't usually strength train. You're badass at that. You're a badass commander in the Navy. Like,
that's. Oh, I'm not a commander. I'll get in trouble with you if I let you think that. I'm just a lieutenant junior grade. But
that went over my head a little bit. But like, you're killing it in every facet of life. Do you even realize you're killing it?
I just feel like I can always do more. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I'm on leave right now, so I have like. Yesterday I was pretty sick, so I took the day off work, and then today I'm on leave. And when I have so much free time, which like I woke up at 6, and I worked out at 11, so I had 6 hours of free time to myself. And I was like, what am I even doing? Like, am I just cleaning right now because I have nothing better to do? Like, why am I not thinking of more to do? I don't know. I get stressed. I just feel like I want to maximize my life, I guess. And so I just feel like you can always do more. But I do try to remind myself, like, dude, you're killing it. Like, you're very strong. You have a good job. Like, I have a little side business, like painting. I'm a good friend. I'm a great person, I try to better myself every day. But I feel like that feeling of always wanting to improve myself a little bit more does help drive it. You know what I'm saying? Just thinking like, oh, well, I'm not fully done yet. Like, I could be better. I don't know. But sometimes it does stress me out. I'll be real.
But I think it's a brilliant attribute. Like, as you said, you achieved so much and such. Like, you're only 24. Like, that's insane. And you also have a side hustle, which we were stalking your Instagram just before and saw a painting that your coffee spilled, and then you're like,
made a painting.
It's fucking art now. That is
well, my coffee spilled, and it inspired me to do the art.
Right.
So that's not actually a coffee spill, though that would look really cool if it was.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I got a little bit confused there, but that, like, you're very talented.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was insane.
Yeah, I needed like an off day hobby because honestly, I was working out so much that I was just riding my body into the ground. And like, you need rest to recover, especially from powerlifting.
Apparently.
So I was like, I need to find something to do. So I just started painting.
Yeah, right. Had you had a background in art or anything before, or you just thought, you know what, fuck, I'll do some art. I'm going to paint some things.
No, I used to do a lot of wine and canvas dates, but I don't really like drinking. And I don't really like people telling me what to do. So I just go there and paint whatever. I was like, why am I here? I can just buy my own shit.
Yep.
That's very fair.
And where do you find inspiration for your art? Just literally
like anything at all. Nature, like a coffee spill, absolutely anything. A lot of times I just see colors and shapes in my head. I know that's kind of weird. But I'll just dream it or just pops up. And then I'm like, I'll oftentimes write it down because I'm like in the middle of doing something or paperwork or I don't know. You can't just think whenever, but I'll write it down and then do it later.
Yep.
That's so.
It's pretty cool. And do you have yourself set up a little what's the right word? Little art room for all that to create all that, or?
See, my roommate's super nice and she lets me destroy our living room occasionally. But right now, what I got going on is our kitchen.
Oh no!
I just put some trash bags down. Yep. And then I covered our whole floor in a tarp earlier this week.
Just in case.
Yeah, and then I just did it on the floor.
Yeah,
but
nice.
My dream one day is to have an art studio, but currently I have this dope apartment with a few tarps that I put down.
Yep, that's your art studio.
Yes.
Maybe this is the podcast studio.
The podcast studio. That could be it. And with your art, is there opportunity for people to purchase that stuff, or what do you do with it?
Yeah, so I just post them, and if people want to buy them, then they do.
Yep.
I do commissions, like custom commissions. So people can tell me the size they want and then the colors that they want, but I do not take design requests unless I'm super inspired, because then it just takes all the fun out of it for me. But I love making like surprise things, or I love when people like surprise me, because I'll look at their page and like kind of evaluate them and like feel them out and see what I think that they would like, and then what I like, and
I think well, you're the artist, you should be allowed to do whatever you like.
I like that the most, honestly, because when people try to direct me too much, then I feel stressed and I'm not inspired, really.
You don't get to be you.
Yeah, exactly.
When you create the piece of art. Have you ever made art, bro?
No, I don't feel like. No, I don't think I have.
No art.
I did not go well at art in school, and
I did art in grade 8.
Yeah, we had to, and I just did not enjoy it. No,
you didn't like it?
No, it just wasn't my thing. Like I don't. I guess the form of art. Like I like to draw, and I used to like to draw before I fucked both my hands. And
you did what?
Yeah, as soon as I said that, I was like, that was
You did what to your hands?
Anywho, that was a good one. Fuck. I really put my
your hand in it.
That was terrible. That is showing your age right there. That was a dad joke. The type of art, like we had to do like clay pottery thing, and it obviously all falls under the umbrella of what art is teaching or whatever. And I was like, I just like to draw. I like to draw, and I like
draw then.
Yeah, like, but I wouldn't say I've created art. Like
not like this.
No, these are one of those podcasts where I'm like, oh, I could definitely be doing more with my life.
Yeah, I do feel very similar about this.
Yeah, mainly with my strength, main thing, but in my bench strength.
Have you ever heard about like imposter syndrome though?
Oh, that's my whole life.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I still don't even call myself an artist because I'm like, I'm not a hippie. Like but I am, like, I sell art. That's what
I think you might be an artist.
If you draw, like, you're an artist, you know?
I guess it also comes back to, like, I guess what you see yourself as and the labels you put on yourself. But yeah, no, I'm very frequent with imposter syndrome. It is often a very hot topic in my life. That's
a deep dive.
That is a deep dive. Fuck, it's weird.
You ever find it a little difficult to, like, give out nutrition or coaching advice, even though like you know that you're good at it?
Not like, these days.
I'm not a doctor like either. It could be new science. I struggle with that.
I think back in the day when I first got in industry, it was more of a confidence thing, but then as I started to know things, it was definitely the imposter syndrome. But these days I'm like, I got to be careful, because I'm like, no, that's fucking dumb. Like, don't do that, or just do this and you'll get stronger. Like, it's not right. and again, it's not rocket science what we do. Like,
Yeah,
I'm very grateful and very blessed to do the job that I do, because at the end of the day, it's like, it's not rocket science. It's just that I've found a way to deliver that information in a very easily digestible, comprehensive way that people can get a result. So it's like, that was a really good, I should have just recorded that, and that's going to be my snippet on my Instagram page now for my coaching, because that was fucking the most intelligent thing I've ever said.
Yeah. I do definitely like to pinch myself and realize that I'm just doing what I love.
100%. Like, that's the thing. And you can talking to yourself, Katy, you can hear the passion you have for everything you do. It's sick.
Well, I try.
Yeah. Are you a fan of goal setting, Katy? Do you write things down? Do you have big plans?
Oh yeah. I have a goals board in my room and on my phone and everywhere all the time.
Hell yeah. And you do like a short, medium, and long term there? Hell yeah. What's the big goal?
I'm a big nerd about it. What?
What's the big goal?
I want to have my own art studio, and see, like, what I love about art too is the more money I make, the more I can donate to RAIN, which is this like incredible foundation which supports child sex survivors, child sex abuse survivors, which I'm like super passionate about, just because a lot of them don't have resources, and like, I mean, it's obviously you can't really prevent shitty people from being shitty, but you can like help them afterwards, and finding out that some people don't have access or can't afford therapy is like so heartbreaking, just because then that just creates more broken people and broken society. So yeah, I want to be able to like grow my art business enough so that 20% of the profits that I donate is $10,000. Like, I just want to be able to donate $10,000. That's my like goal.
That's a fucking an unreal purpose and mission you have there. Like that. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's unreal.
I guess from someone with, like, we've spoken about on the podcast before, but it's like someone that's obviously really important and close to my heart, that sort of that charity. That's awesome.
Have you always been involved and done stuff for them?
Honestly, I just got involved this year, just because I mean, I was like going through my own stuff kind of, and so it was a little bit hard for me to like touch the realm of that subject, I guess. But I feel like when you go through hard times, you're able to empathize more and like be more helpful to other people. So I thought that I would use my empathy and my talents to help other people, because I have so much. Like, I'm just so grateful. Like, I have the coolest roof over my head. This view is insane, right? But like, you don't even need that. Like, I can buy food consistently every week, and I like walk around and I see all these homeless people, and like, I just have more, and like other people don't. And I can't fix the world, but I can help a lot of people.
Yeah.
So that's just my goal, just to help.
I like that message. You can't fix the world, but you can help a lot of people. I think if a lot of people thought the same as you, it'd be a much nicer place.
And I think going on from that, like, you may not be able to fix the world, but you'll be able to help their world.
Oh yeah,
exactly. And just like, you can really make someone's day, and like people don't even know how much their words or like actions can mean so much to other people, and like really change a perspective.
100%. I think it comes from the other side, and like, obviously you touched on briefly, you know, it was hard for you to touch that area of you know, of that realm. And it's like, once you go through something, you come out the other side and just realize how much you've got left. And I know for me, going through an experience of uncovering trauma from, you know, sexual abuse, child abuse, and emotional abuse, you come out the other side with this different perspective and just go, I can help others. I have so much that I'm so grateful for. It's a beautiful thing to do. And mate, you're on a fucking mission if I've ever heard it. It's sick.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
Well, you're succeeding. So just like,
yeah, I think you're absolutely killing it.
One question that I want to trickle back to the goal board you have. When you write your goals, a little tip that I've kind of worked out is to overlay those goals with a SWOT analysis. Do you know what SWOT analysis? The strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats.
I've not heard of it. No,
so it's like a business tool they use in business when they want to, like, obviously.
I'm gonna write it down. Just continue talking.
You're right. So they do this in business, to assess the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, the threats when, you know, whether they're developing something. So obviously you want to work towards your strengths and opportunities and minimize the weaknesses and threats. So every time I get a client or myself that writes down a goal, I'm like, okay, cool. Let's overlay this now with a SWOT analysis. So what are the strengths that we have to work with? What are the opportunities that could get us to the goals? What are the weaknesses we need to avoid? And the threats we just need to completely cancel out? I just think that's a really good way to amplify the goal and make it a little bit more manageable. Because I know if people have these big goals, they just stress and get overwhelmed with it. But if you can then work out your strengths, you can take it. There's more of a pathway to that goal.
I love that. Okay, I'm gonna evaluate it. I'll apply it to my goals. I'll apply it.
I'll inbox you. I'll slide into your DMs with a link that will be really helpful.
Thank you.
And can we arm wrestle?
Oh my God.
And at the end, I'll just be like, so peeking.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Don't measure off against it, bro.
No, I quickly took my arm down from flexing.
Yeah, I put this jacket on, got to keep me humble.
Katy, towards the end of these things, what we like to do is find out some deeper things. What we do is we hit you with 10 big questions. They're fast, they're rapid fire. You need to think of the first thing that comes in your head. They're very tricky questions. Are you ready for me to ask these questions? What fear would you like to overcome?
Okay. I don't know. I'm not scared of anything besides being average. I just don't want to die average and useless. Like I never gave anything to the world. So, but I don't ever want to overcome that because that shit keeps me going.
That's a pretty cool fear.
That is a great fear. It's the one that's motivated.
I don't want to die average. Put that on a fucking t-shirt.
I don't want to die average, but I like the next line of I don't want to die not giving anything to the world.
Hell yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, because I think plenty of people do.
Everyone start following Katy. Yeah. Fuck me.
Oh, yeah. Now, this is a good one. Now, I'm going to create a scenario for you.
Okay.
Just really get ready for this. So I need to know, if it's okay with you, who is your best friend or one of your good friends? Just a name. First name's okay.
Heather.
Heather. Okay. So Heather, she's a good friend of yours, really important to you. She's just been kidnapped. Sorry to tell you. Anyway, she's okay, no stress, as long as you bring her the ransom. You have the ransom, you have the financial capability to deliver, to have this money, and it's not a burden on you to give that money over to the ransom people so Heather can be freed. Now, you are tasked with the responsibility of getting this money and delivering it to the ransom people. You're going to have to drive there. It's about an hour drive. Okay. Are you going to listen to music or a podcast, perhaps maybe this one? What will it be? What will you listen to on that drive?
Fucking with the Dime. It's our song. It's our song, and I gotta honor her to it. It's Fucking with the Dime, and it will hype me up on my way there.
You're going in big energy.
I feel like a bad bitch goddess, but honestly, like I definitely just have a plan to kill all the kidnappers and track their shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're getting no money, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my money back, and you're also gonna die, and then we'll just go party with the money. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. To that song as well.
I'm just laughing because you have never explained that question and gone into that much detail. And I love the response you gave because you got on that energy wavelength. That was the best. Fuck.
What did you think you were going to be when you left school?
A Marine. But
cool.
Now I'm here.
Yeah.
When I left school, when you graduate from the Naval Academy, you kind of pick. But when I entered school, I thought I was going to be a Marine. But when I did leave school, I was like so excited to be a SWO, which is what I am now. So
sick.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool then. What is the next skill you would like to learn?
I want to learn how to use resin when I paint. So I just use acrylics right now. So
resin?
I actually just bought them. Yeah, resin.
Cool shit with resin.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
What makes you grumpy?
Lack of caffeine.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm due some coffee now too, actually. Most embarrassing thing you've ever done?
Oh my gosh. I was at wakeboarding camp and I wore the cutest bathing suit I had. I was like 15 and it was a little bit too big for me. But I wore it anyways because it was so cute. And my crushes were in this class. There's like these two hot twins. And I'm on this thing. It's like an artificial wave maker and we're boogie boarding down. I'm like on my back, right? And a wave catches my pants, obviously. Not even my top, not even like that cute girl thing where like your boobs show, right? My pants. And now they're around my ankles, and I'm like, oh shit. And I'm on this boogie board. I'm like, okay, let me just get them back, right? No, obviously they fly to the top of the thing. And I'm like, oh, and my butt's out, and I'm like, okay, at least I'm on my stomach. And I try to like kind of inch my way up this wave hill to go get them. And I flip on my back, and I slide all the way in front of everyone at Mission Beach. In front of everyone at Mission Beach, I'm like, like I'm like halfway in between puberty and not. Like, oh my God, I'm like searching around for my pants at the top. Literally, I will never forget it. Like that, nothing can ever embarrass me again after that. I'm like, that was so embarrassing. So embarrassing. So.
Oh, wow.
That's
a moment in time.
Oh, yeah.
Whoops.
Wow.
Never wear big bathers, kids.
Oh, no.
Now, what's your most proud moment?
Winning nationals when I had the flu. Because I remember like warming up for squats, and I literally was laying down like in between warm-ups, like taking a nap. I was so dead, and I felt so bad, and I vomited all the way to Ohio on the bus, and I was just fucking unwell.
Yeah. And
I was like, well, like, and winning nationals was my goal since freshman year, since I started powerlifting, and this is my senior year, is like my last shot, and I was like, I guess I could try. Like, I was like, worst case, I die, you know, like worst case, you just fucking die under the bar, right? Like, but you probably won't. And so you just got to go out there, and you just got to do one lift. You just got to do one at a time. And so I did that, and like my teammates were there. They were putting ice on my neck. I remember my coach like ran to CVS, tried to give me some medicine like halfway through the meet. I'm like literally dying. You can see it in the pictures. I have my gears like soaked with water because I'm just covered in like ice cubes. And I was so out of it, I missed my first 2 squats. Like I missed my first 2 squats. I never missed a lift before in my since I was like a sophomore. Not even one lift. And I missed my first 2, like almost bombed out of nationals. I was like, what the fuck? So I was like, all right, like you just got to go in there fresh, like just hit your third one. Because it was on commands, because I was so out of it that I like could barely register anything. Yeah, but like that meet, I fucking set an American record, like ended up winning. Wow. And I didn't even realize that I won until like 2 days later. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I won. So, and just knowing that like a lot of people obviously helped me on the way, but like I put in so much work. Like I would train 3 to 6 hours a day, every single day. Yeah. I ate everything I was supposed to. I limited drinking in college. Like I skipped Friday nights going out so I could go train. Yep. And like I put so much effort into that just the realization of all that hard work that like I did, that's like easily the proudest moment of my life.
Fuck, that's pretty cool. Now this is a good one because, well, maybe you own a boat, but you definitely have access to boats. The question is, if you had a boat, what would you call it?
Oh, Big Boaty Ho, probably. I don't know.
Big Boaty Ho.
Yeah.
Yes. Who is the messiest person you know?
Me.
How does that go being in the Navy?
I have paint all over me. Well, I get a lot of shit from my division. Yeah. They're like, yeah, import Diva always has paint on her. And honestly, my hair always looks like this.
Yeah.
They're like, ma'am, we have to get out of the way for your hair down the hallway and all this stuff. But yeah, I'm a mess. I like try to keep things clean, but like I'm just fucking chaos in a little cup, so I don't care.
Now this is a good one. What is the worst smell you've ever smelled? Question number 10.
Oh my God, this woman. Oh, okay. Fuck. I was on a fucking flight all the way from Baltimore to San Diego. And this woman and her daughter were so obese that they legitimately couldn't walk. They were like wheeled off of the plane, right? And this was the only seat because I didn't check in for this flight. Fucking worst mistake of my life, right? And not only am I squished in the chair like this, no cap, like for the whole 7-hour flight, but she smelled so bad, like rotting flesh, that the flight attendant, unprovoked, gave me a napkin with essential oils on it to breathe through for 7 fucking hours. I could never unsmell that smell. I can never unsmell that smell. Horrible.
That's one stinky lady.
Just straight up, like that is a stank for you to be triggered by that memory.
I was reimbursed for the flight, like, but I would rate it in a heartbeat.
You got given the stinky human discount.
I really did. Yeah, because I was like, please, like, are there any other seats? Like, please, I can't breathe because my nose is really sensitive. Like, I have a really good nose.
Yeah.
Stinky human discount.
Yeah, that's what Katy got. She got the stinky human discount.
It's so terrible.
Did that make it a little bit better getting that refund, or you'd rather have paid full price and not have the stinky human?
Yeah, I would have rather paid all over again.
Pay that money.
Wow.
No.
Damn.
Hilarious.
So
That's it.
terrible.
Oh, that's it,
That's it. That's 10 of them, bro.
mate.
We done it. Crushed it. Hell of a podcast.
That last question, I'm gonna remember that for ages.
I'm gonna remember your smell of that lady.
I was like,
Forever.
my smell.
Wait, what's
Mate.
your guys' worst smell?
Sorry.
Do you have good ones? What's your worst smell you ever smelled?
My worst smell. Now I will paint you a picture. I want you to imagine a chicken. What do you do with a chicken once you finish the chicken? You put it in the bin.
What the fuck? This is
You eat a whole
Yeah.
chicken. You get a whole chicken. You eat the chicken. You put it in the bin, right? That's
Right.
we got 3 of us here. 3 people will do that. However, my roommate at the time thought what he would do is put it in the freezer. However, the tricky part to this is freezer wasn't turned on. It was a spare fridge.
Oos.
So, let's just say a little bit younger back in the day. A lot of beers happened back then. Not a lot of memory around events. So chicken went in the freezer, not turned on, forgotten about. Very good freezer, sealed up tight. For 4 months before we moved out, that chicken just lived in there. And by lived, I mean it lived.
Oh, I feel
It
sick.
created something. Animals are in there. Nothing got in, nothing came out.
Oh man.
And then we went to move the freezer. Last thing left. It was the item in the garage. Everything's out of the place. A bunch of us in there. Oh, let's get, fuck the fridge. Let's get the fridge. We pick it up and opens the door. 'Cause you know, when you lift the fridge up, the door opens by
Yeah.
accident. And out ran this smell. Like
Oh.
it climbed out of the door and entered this room. I vomited. I think the guy helping me vomited. Now there's a serious problem, right? Chicken's still in the fucking freezer. It has to get out of the freezer. Even though it's grown legs, it doesn't get out of the freezer by itself.
Oh my god.
So we had to get this stinky beast and put it in the fucking bin. And then the fridge freezer obviously had to leave the premise. And it was nasty. I get a little watery thinking about it. That was the nastiest thing I've ever smelled.
That was the best illustration of verbally I've ever heard in my life.
I don't
It
know.
was bad.
I don't think I could top anything like that.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
It
Shut up.
crawled out of
yeah, like it just ran. The smell ran out of the fridge.
That's a
like,
lesson for players. Them good freezers, them sealed tight. Make sure you got it turned on when you put your dead carcass in there. Otherwise, you're going to get a flavor.
I don't actually.
You want to beat that?
I don't know if I can beat that. Like, there's. I don't know if mine was just me on an airplane after a powerlifting meet.
Ew.
Someone had to get
Yeah.
someone had to get the
That
stinky.
needs to
You can't sit
smell.
next to you.
Yeah, literally, someone deserved it. Oh, actually, no, it was just my 2 handlers. So fuck them. But yeah, bro, your story was fucked.
It was bad. Bad. It was a long time ago too. I will never forget that moment. Bit like you were stinky human.
Like,
It was green. In case you're wondering the colors,
oh.
it was green. The bones were green. Everything was green.
Anyways, so Katy, this is
Yeah.
your opportunity. Please shout out where people can find. I'm horrified, dude, but shout out where people can find you. Instagram, you've mentioned before. What's your Instagram handle? We'll do that thing.
At Katyliftz, like KATYLIFTZ, or at Katy Paints, also with the Z.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And that's basically it. I have a TikTok, which is Katyliftz, but it's like meh. I sometimes post on there just for fun.
Easy. We'll definitely throw that up in the show notes. If you are interested in Katy's paints, please reach out to her. That
She's
money
legit.
is going to a fucking very good cause.
Hell yeah.
Mate, thank you so much for your time. I'm a little scarred from that last story you prompted from Johnny. I'm actually
That's on him.
I was actually gonna get a
so
chicken
horrified.
burger.
Well, you're not eating chicken today.
I'm not eating chicken today now. Like, I was honestly about to go get a chicken burger and I was looking forward to it. Right now, I'm probably just gonna go get steak.
Yeah, steak's good too.
Ooh,
All good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you, mate.
Thank you for coming on board.
Thanks for making time for us, mate. Appreciate that. Yeah, kick ass to the next comp. Maybe we'll have to get you back and hear all about it, eh?
Yeah, I'd love to. I love your accents. Honestly, I could just listen to it all day.
I forgot we have accents to other people.
Yeah, we sound different.
I'm like, wait, what? I don't have an
Yeah, if you
accent.
think I'm not gonna talk like this to my roommate all night, you're fucking wrong, mate.
Fuck. Please
You
do,
nailed that.
and then just post up a video of how she reacts. to it.
Okay, maybe I will.
Done. Give us a tag.
Mate,
All right, mate.
enjoy your night. Peace.
See you, mate. Bye.